Peace, world peace. Welcome and welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks, aka the $1 trillion goddess, aka the queen of info, baby. Now we're doing this late night live because I just want to catch up on a couple things that I didn't get to finish earlier and, just kind of hang out for a minute. So let me give this a second so a couple people could come in. But let me know if you can hear me. Give me a 1 in the chat. And then we will commence this live.
Extra. This shit is hard.
Thank you so much. All right, give me 2 minutes and we're going to go. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, well, we wait for a couple folks to come in. I want to go ahead and play some audio from the Lionel B show, child. And this has to do with the whole Jane Doe situation in the Diddy case. Is this Jane Doe legit or not? Misha, Jaguar, right? And then the Adria lady. I think Misha on the left is more so the one that's being questioned. But Lionel B is the one apparently who introduced these ladies through his channel. He has a lot of subscribers. Looks like he's lost a lot of subscribers too since this happened, because he seemed to have taken Diddy's side all of a sudden. Not really taking his side, but he, how do you say it? I guess put these people into play. And people feel like it was by way of Diddy, because remember, those investigators were going around offering money to people to change their tunes about Diddy if they were getting paid. And yeah, people feel like this guy took the bait, but he is clapping back. It took him a good week to come back. He was defending Misha and Adria and was going off on Jaguar, as well as going off on Natanya. I can't think of her last name, but she's the lady who was pew in the face by Diddy at the club. She has a YouTube channel now too. I think it's called something about a nerd. I can't think of the name of her channel. But anyway, he went on her too, and I feel like she's completely innocent of all the BS. But let's hear his little rant. That'll kind of give me a little minute or two. So yeah, this will be Lionel B's audio. Let's get into that.
Misha and some of our viral interviews.
Though
I do believe Now, what's up, peeps? It's come to my attention over the validity of allegations and claims made by Misha in some of our viral interviews. Though I do believe a large part of her testimony, I do realize that some of her claims needs to be further investigated. Now, Cassie's law firm released a statement via Twitter X that it's not Misha in the D&G shirt, although she claims that it is her. Now, it could be a possibility that there were two shorts, maybe, as she mentioned that Kim Porter had her put that one on, and it's a possibility that it was not her at all. There were also talks about the famous sushi table photos, saying it wasn't Misha as well. However, with that, it was revealed that it was in fact four ladies at the event, not just the one that people are referencing. And Misha sent a screenshot of the one that was allegedly her, and to me, it looks like her in that photo. Again, we will be investigating this subject matter thoroughly as well, getting the authorities involved to perform the proper testing and also correct procedures. Now, a lot of y'all are ready for part 3, and I assure you that it is coming soon. A failing singer has sought to discredit my platform because she is a very miserable psychotic person. The public outbursts, the multiple arrests for theft, your son going on platforms dragging you, the frequent stays at mental institutions. How could anyone believe I work for Diddy or Jay-Z is absolutely crazy. Now, you definitely need a check from the government for that undiagnosed disorder you've been living with.
Failed singer Jaguar Wright has made plenty of headlines in recent months for making countless shocking allegations against celebrities. She's gone after the likes of Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Lionel B, and many more. Now, however, she's been hit with some allegations of her own. Recently, Tasha K released her interview with Wright's son, Sam Odom Jr. During the interview, he accused his mother of using him as a pawn and a shield against those she is enemies with, including other family members. According to him, she's allegedly done this in an attempt to manifest her ideal reality and become the hit star that she never was. She also fought to discredit Diddy victim Lamisha Fuller in her medicated rants and alleged that since the Lionel B show allowed her to tell her harrowing story and gained millions of views, that he is manipulating the victims. Diagnosed as a schizophrenic, her grand delusions are often ignored by everyone, except for her deranged cult following that follows her platform. She created an unbelievable story that Lionel B is being paid by Diddy and Jay-Z, which is quite odd because his countless videos are actually going after the two hip-hop icons. Her outstanding arrest warrants in Texas are proof that she will do anything to attempt to bring down the successful YouTube journalist, since she's clearly failed miserably at that job, as well as being a singer. More details to come.
We also got another deranged woman who was unfortunately shot by Diddy, and my heart goes out to all the victims of Diddy. Now, she's alleging that the reason she asked for $5,000 to interview with me is because I offered to fly her out to Florida to do an in-person interview, and she thought I was gonna alive her when she got here, and that I was hired by Diddy.
Stop it. Get some help.
Ladies, stop the cap and stop the fake praying on your show, all the while you're cussing out people's mothers on your platform.
Stop the cap.
I offered to have her on my show so she could tell her story on a large platform in person and not a virtual interview, because I personally feel it's a better vibe when you're in the same room, and I thought it would be dope to switch up the format. I'm not being paid by Jay-Z to do any type of content. YouTube pays me. That's where I make my funds from. People are absolutely crazy to think I came up on YouTube because I was paid by Jay-Z or Diddy. I've been doing numbers and had a huge following way before this Diddy mess even came up on my radar. And y'all, these YouTubers are so pressed. Wanted to say that I'm actually manipulating Diddy's victims and telling them to core some type of crazy story. First of all, it's not my story to tell. Second of all, why would I want to have them tell a fictitious story that could potentially backfire and also get me into legal trouble? Y'all sound cat, y'all sound big mad, and most importantly of all, y'all sound jealous. Y'all are really jealous that you're putting up content and you're not getting views. That's not Lionel B's problem. Take it up with YouTube, take it up with the algorithm, or maybe take it up with your channel that is just not that entertaining. Now, how could I work for someone I bash on a daily? Jealous YouTubers mad at my success love to spin narratives because my channel is doing numbers and they are painting whatever negative sentiment they can come up with. And the crazy thing is, my subscribers actually went up with you keeping my name in your mouth. When the hate stopped working, they start telling lies. And lastly, y'all, there is another attention-seeking fraud out here finessing his way onto YouTubers' platform to tell his made-up story about Jay-Z being after him and had him shot and even had his arm in a damn sling.
Former inmate Ronnie Bo exposed for trying to gain fame after conning YouTubers to appear on their platforms telling a fake story and claiming to be R. Kelly's cellmate. He attempted to try to feature on the Lionel B show again by concocting a bogus story, saying Jay-Z set him up to be shot and even provided fake legal documents, which were photoshopped, and Bo was called out by several YouTubers that noticed his paperwork was phony. He has since appeared on several platforms, conning even more people with his fictitious tales, and singer R. Kelly has vehemently denied knowing Ronnie Bo. Disgraced singer Jaguar Wright, whom he has close ties to, is said to be the one encouraging him to make up these far-fetched stories.
Now, this fraud is alleged to be R. Kelly's cellmate by the name of Ronnie Ho. Now, I call him Ho because any man that likes to get passed around like that and seeking attention is just that. And oh, I got screenshots and emails in my phone to prove he's capped and made up his whole story to try and gain YouTube fame. And this lame was begging me to interview him and allow him to tell his cap-ass story. Now, the truth of the story is none of them ninjas know you, and you need to be in the mental institute right next to Jaguar Wright's ass. So, youngin', don't test me or I'll release the whole thread. We don't believe you. You need more people. Now, shout out to my day ones and also my new 75,000 plus subscribers that followed this channel in the last 30 days.
Okay. Well, I did notice his subscriber number went down quite tremendously. He was close to 1 million. Now he's back at like 500,000. You might have gained a lot, but you lost a lot too. That's, YouTube, you can gain, you can lose, and you can end up on the losing side if you keep messing around. So that's what I think happened with him. But, he's still doing his thing. And that's just the nature of YouTube. It's full of beefing, full of it, minding your own business. And these piranhas come, they see blood in the water, which is clout, and they want to come get a piece of yours. Believe me, I have been there, done that. I'm still trying to shake free of the funk that left on my channel. And people, God, they're just so jealous and competitive and for no reason. Like, go away. Get your own. It's funny, somebody was in my channel, matter of fact, from like a couple years back or however far back, looking in my comments and stuff, and they're like naming all these people like, oh, I remember this person, I remember that person. That's the people that be over on so-and-so's channel. Yeah, that's because they got them from me. Came over to my channel and sucked all the people away with their bullshit lies, treachery, thieving and conniving. But nevertheless, that was yesterday. Today's today. So I do want to move on. But this was funny to me. This little rant that Lionel B went off and said off on all that. I didn't even know he had that in him. I never really watched him, to be honest, till this stuff started coming up. And he is a piece of work. I don't know that, I think Beautiful Spirit was on here asking about him. Like, why wouldn't he come back and correct some of the things he said? Because he was clearly misguided. Misha, I don't think he's still taking up for her. I think that he had said something like, we need to do some investigating. And he did put up the lawyer's comment about the fact that is his client and not this Misha person. So he pretty much deaded everything in the water when it came to Misha's credibility. So I think that we need to just all let that go and not give it any more attention, because YouTube, that's how it works. Don't give it any more attention. So I want to move on to Tokyo Tony, child, because I literally just yesterday was talking about how Khloe, shaded her for no reason. This lady's minding her business, feeding the homeless, as she does on a regular basis. She cooks the food herself. And yeah, she might post what she's doing, but so what? That is not hurting anybody. But let me recap in case some people weren't here for that. So Khloe responded to somebody. Let me switch the screen. She responded to somebody in these comments on some blog. Basically, the person I think they went to her page actually and said, y'all over here enjoying while Dream's grandma is feeding the homeless. And Khloe, instead of just keep scrolling or either just saying good for her, the world needs more of Tokyo Tony, something like that. She wants to say, I'm not knocking what anyone else chooses to show or keep to themselves. But personally, when people fall on hard times, I don't feel it's right to publicize that for my own personal pat on the back. Highlighting a charity or an organization that may need some awareness is one thing, but I don't feel comfortable highlighting people when they're at their low point in their lives. To each their own. I'm only speaking for myself. Bitch, do you know how many times y'all have shown homeless people, destitute people on your show? You even have made people homeless and destitute. Lamar Odom. I'm just saying, like, why are you all of a sudden holier than thou? We don't do that. First of all, Tokyo Tony showing what she's doing is inspiring people, motivating people, also showing people that there are still people out there who will do things without asking for anything in return, just to help. I see that in Tokyo Tony. She has her ways, but she likes to film herself. That's just what she does. It's not hurting anybody. And a matter of fact, your greedy ass should have been over there helping. And like I said yesterday, you could donate a food truck to this lady or, help in some way instead of coming on to social media to be shady for no reason. You should be ashamed of yourself. And this is your niece's grandmother. So I want to show Tokyo Tony's apparently got wind of this child. And she has something to say.
Okay.
Let's go to that.
Dear Khloe, I'm the one who gave my daughter the papers that your mother tried to swipe our grandchild out of everything she could ever own. I'm the one who did it. Let's tell that part. Yeah. Let's not forget again that time you brought the homeless man to your house, girl. You brought the homeless man to your house. Was that a movement? But it sounds like you said you don't do that. You put him on TV too. You are a homeless case. You came out your mother's ass. That's why your hair's brown. You wondered. Now you know.
I don't know why they don't leave this lady alone. Khloe should know better. She won't smoke. I think she wants it, but she don't want it at the same time because she knows she will get dragged. Let me see if there's more.
Since you want to stir up the pot, I'll take a lie detector. Since you want to stir up the pot, do a food drive or I'm snitching on your. Do a food drive. Let me see you whip up some macaroni and cheese. Oh, that's a surname, ma'am. Whip up a little rice and some green medley with it. That'd be nice. Mm-hmm. Some fried chicken or baked. You can put your apron on. You can be pink. You can put a Versace hair bow on and everything. Get outside and do something. I'm gonna break you. I'm not even gonna let it go further than this. I want to pull up on you though. I say when I get there, I'll say hi.
She said she want to pull up on her and say hi. I wouldn't mess with Tokyo. I would not mess with her. And she said, get outside and do something, because let Kim tell it, Khloe don't leave the house, which she probably doesn't have to. She got everything there that she needs. But yeah, this is totally fucked up.
Comment. Huh? You know you love that 7-Eleven at the top of the hill, Calabasas, we're about to swing around. I say you 4 or 5 times. But you didn't appeal to me to say hello. No comment. Huh?
She basically let her know, I know where you be at. Matter of fact, I've peeped you a couple times. You didn't even see me. I'm in the cut. Look at them nails missing. She ain't playing. So this was her feeding the homeless.
What's my baby to play? What you want?
Her customer service skills could be a little bit softer. But I believe she cooked this food. She buys the food. All the plates and the things. She pulls up. She might have like one person with her. She ain't scared. She ended up being in the worst parts of the neighborhoods, but people know her, respect her. And Khloe needs to take a hint and get a clue and start doing something for people, as opposed to just her and her cult or clan out here criticizing people. I can't stand that shit. But yeah, that's what happened. But I want to move on because we got somebody else who was going in, and that would be M.I.A. This is on X. You guys remember the artist M.I.A.? She had that hit Paper Planes. She speaks on refusing to bleach her skin or become a witch to sell records, and goes off on Adele and Beyonce for not giving her respect because she's a brown-skinned woman. Now, it's been a long time. I think it's been like 20 years since she's been out, right? I think she said he wanted her. Well, let's just listen. Let's listen to what she said.
But I find it difficult that when people make it, they always fucking turn around and thank Beyonce, because that's bullshit. And enough is enough. I'm fucking coming for everyone now, because no, the success of all that shit always stems from God motivating me to get the fuck up out of bed and write some fucking songs. And then it changed so many people's destinies. And all these people are multi-millionaires, really successful. Even, Azealia Banks could be talking about how I need to bleach my skin to be accepted in the music world. And that's why no one's fucking supporting me, is because I'm fucking dark skinned. Can fuck off, because even her music career started with Diplo, who I fucking put on the map. So fuck all of them. Fuck all these bitches. And even Adele, it's like fucking guns out for this bitch, because she's retired now. But her career would not exist if I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager who is her manager. She signed to XL because of me. Nick Huggett was my A&R who signed her. And this bitch, when she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. And I'm sick and tired of all of these fucking women who don't want to give respect to me because I'm a brown woman in music. Had I been Jewish, black, or anything else, I would not be going through this. And that is facts. If I was white, black, or Jewish. Because you know why? I have been taking the fucking high road for 20 years. And so this is why I think now it's peak. It's peak because this is not about ego. This is about recognizing God. This is why it was very important for me not to compromise myself on many things, like keeping my clothes on and not promoting sex and doing all these other things. There was a reason. So when people use me, then get up to the top and thank fucking Satan, it fucking pisses me off. Yeah, swords out. Swords out. Wow, God picked this random fucking Sri Lankan who was completely incapable. So incapable, no musical training, can't sing, doesn't look good, didn't have the right fucking hair and nails and all the rest of it, or whatever it fucking takes for you to fucking accept a pop star. Like none of it. Or she's so like, no. She's like, so much ego. She thinks she's all that. Like she thinks But this is why they managed to keep the brown girl in the music industry, which still has the sound that everybody has and still generates careers out of, and never gives me credit. They can't empower God. This is why Adele has to get on the podium and thank Beyonce, when actually she did it because of my manager, my label, my A&R, and all of the shit I created for her to exist. I can name the list of all the people. Beyonce herself changed her career to becoming more radical and radicalized and politicized after Borders. You can check your timeline. But she will never say, oh, M.I.A. inspires me. She will never say that. And all of them got to get away with it because they just keep getting praised by the same fucking system that destroys me, because that system which hates me loves Satan. And they know the truth. Underneath, behind the scenes, they know the truth. It's not a joke. And no, I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to fucking sell a record. Fuck that. Or be a witch, or be that, all of that shit. Like, fuck all of them. And that is just facts. And no, I'm not going to bleach my skin. No, I'm not going to get a fucking nose job. No, I'm not going to get a fucking filler. No, I'm not going to fucking like do all this shit. No. Because I'm 100% content, happy, and at peace with exactly how God designed it. That's why.
She said what she said. Now, this is very eye-opening. I think that she basically opened the door to give us an eye view of what it is she was expected to do. Ritualistic things, swimming in blood and, what'd she say, black goop, and, you know, all kinds of nasty stuff. Plastic surgery, skin bleaching. She kept saying, thanking Beyonce. Now that became a joke that I think something is to that. She didn't want to practice witchcraft. There's plenty of people that get up on that podium and they do thank Beyonce, and Beyonce usually has nothing to do with their project. So there must be something to it. She says she ain't having it. And she's 20 years later, I'm coming back. Would have been a little more effective had she said something at the time it was happening. But as we can see, with all these other things going on, it takes people time. It takes people time to get the courage to come to terms with things, to basically grow some balls. A lot of times it comes with age. That's just what it is. But she's an example example to people to come out and speak their truth. I'm glad she did it. But yeah, I mean, shout out to her. Her, Lionel B, Tokyo Tony, who else is gonna clap back? Well, somebody's clapping back that I think needs to shut the fuck up, honestly. And that man is Andrew Schwartz, who I guess he's supposed to be a comedian. But I know him from having a podcast, I think, with Charlemagne, who I don't really dig either. But we're going to get into what he's saying because, you know what? He has a lot of damn nerve. Triggered Andrew Schulz calls Kendrick Lamar woke, which they are using this word so wrong. I hate they stole this word from us. Woke does not mean what they say it means. Anyway, for dissing an unspecified white comedian. Now, Kendrick had a line in one of his songs telling white comedians, basically, you cross the line when you're talking about a black woman, when you're disrespecting a black woman. He didn't name a white comedian. He just said white comedian. And a couple of them had something to say because hit dogs holler, right? And this time it's Andrew Schulz. Yeah. I'm going to, I'll read this article. Where's his picture? I thought I had it up here. Hold on. Let's put his picture up here. For whatever reason, it didn't save. Interesting. Let me make sure here. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. It's okay. We don't need to have his picture up. This is him right here. So you have an idea of who we're talking about. So yeah, I'll just play the video. Let him speak for himself. I got a lot of it. As soon as I couldn't find it on the live earlier, and then as soon as I got off the live, it was all over my timeline.
We got beef. Finally, we got a beef worth responding to.
Finally.
All these little peons on the internet talking shit. I don't give them no love, but this guy right here.
What happened?
What do you mean? What happened? Have you not, been listening to music lately?
I've heard some.
There's a pretty big thing going on.
Huh?
Yeah, between Kendrick Lamar.
Laws were written.
Laws were written.
Laws were written.
I don't like him pretending he doesn't know what the fuck's going on with his little milk mustache. It's just been pissing me off. Okay?
Is it on there?
Now listen, guys, we gotta take this serious.
Yeah.
Listen, rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women. So we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're the most pious group.
Listen, nobody has respected women more.
Yeah.
Through art
Yes.
than rappers. Okay?
Absolutely.
He's saying women, but it's actually black women. It was specifically black women, and he's not saying that because he doesn't have the fucking balls. But he still has no place in this conversation, let alone the same. But
So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that shit up.
Yeah.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? Be more like us and, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my bitch with a stick. What? You can lick on the nuts or suck. I beat my bitch with a stick. What?
Did you just think of that?
That's a real lyric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a real lyric.
it's not a Kendrick lyric, though, and that's the problem. He wants to, I'm going to just take a phrase from another blogger. He said, conflate Kendrick with these rappers and these old lyrics as well, with the fact that Kendrick said, leave black women alone, to the white comedian, he said specifically. So now he just wants to take it out on every lyric, every rapper, but he's not addressing Kendrick because he can't. And the thing is, even if Kendrick did say some of these things, can a person not grow? Can a person not evolve, mature? You know what I'm saying? He's been doing this since he was young. A lot of young rappers say crazy shit. But Kendrick has never been that dude. So it's unfair for him to make this commentary. And then you got this black guy sitting up there with his chin tucked down. I guess he needs that paycheck, but it is embarrassing.
Lyric from music that protects women. And for decades protects women. And listen, right now the guy on top, Kung Fu Kenny,
He is the guy on top.
He is the guy.
he is making sure that comedians, he put a law in.
Yeah.
He put a law in place.
All right, let's see the exact line, okay?
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. Now, technically speaking, if we're going off of grammatic English,
Okay.
he is saying, I can talk about black women, and that is law.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black
So
woman.
he's basically saying all white comedians
Are only allowed to
talk about black women.
exclusively.
That's what I'm talking about.
And see, this is the problem as well. He's talking about a double negative in a sentence when culturally, and this is where he's missing a chip, just like Drake. Culturally, we say, fuck you to a double negative. We don't give a fuck about double negatives. It's called rebellion. This is what we do. We talk how we talk. A double negative, we know what we mean. And that's why Kendrick said it like that. He could have said it any other way. But because somebody like you wants to dissect it, but from outside of the culture, you got it wrong, boo. You are so wrong. You should be so embarrassed by this.
We're back.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a law.
Finally, he understands
It's a
it.
law.
Now I understand why he's doing a comedy with the South Park creators.
That makes
Because
sense.
he appreciates white comedians that make fun of black people.
There you go.
And they've done that brilliantly for decades.
Yeah, that's true.
And he would never want to, break one of his own laws.
No, that's true.
I mean, didn't they have a character called Token on the South Park show?
Yeah, they do.
Which I'm sure Kendrick is a big fan of.
That's true.
He must be a big
That's
fan if he's
true.
going to do a comedy with them. I mean, we can look that up. Apparently, he has a comedy coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fact.
But Al,
Speaking of Token, the black guy up here, you see him tucking his cap over his face? He is cringing in his seat. His toes are curling. He can't stand being there. I'm telling you, I can feel it coming through the screen. He is a pussy. Don't let me find this man, because I'm good for sending a nice DM. He got a lot of nerve sitting up there while this conversation is happening and not saying one thing in defense of black women, in defense of Kendrick, and the fact that he's not, what you said is not Kendrick. That's not what he does in his music.
Al, you're getting groomed right now. We need to ungroom.
Yeah, you are getting
We need to
groomed.
ungroom you right now.
Let's see.
Okay?
Let's see.
I mean that, listen, because he sent people, he said, slide on. What he said, slide on. Where's the line? Where's the line? He goes,
Where's the line? Look at him looking like Hitler. I mean, who are you to even make this a topic on your silly ass podcast? This is disgusting. Why is someone like him even allowed to do this without anybody coming back? I'm sure he did have some pushback or some blowback on this. I'm pretty sure he has. But anybody loud enough so that everybody can basically bury him and cancel him? Like, let's get rid of this guy. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Maybe he wants the attention. He wants to be the white comedian that Kendrick was talking about. Don't nobody know you, Andrew. I'm sure he didn't even know anything about you. Somebody probably showed him this, though. Mm-hmm.
let me get it. I'm so old I had to squint my eyes. And that was not a racist joke. Okay. The N-words that coon, the N-words that be
Oh, he ain't bold enough to say it. Mm-hmm.
being groomed, slide on both of them. Whoa. That seems like a call to violence.
And he is talking about the one that's sitting on the couch. The niggas that coon, the niggas being groomed, slide on both. That's him. Cooning and groomed.
It does.
Why would he call to, if he's about protecting black people, why would the call to violence be towards the black dudes, not the white guy making the joke?
Well, you got
Niggas does not always mean black people. A nigga is a nigga at this point.
gotta understand.
What?
Well, no. You gotta understand.
Because I snitch. I cooperate. I tell.
Yeah, litigation. Okay? You go squabble up in a jail cell.
Here's what you gotta understand about Kendrick. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song with anybody that's suspected of abuse. He's never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure fucked and held captive underage black women. Hold on. This is all very important to Kendrick.
Wait, just let me understand what's going on here, because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so fucking smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and of R. Kelly? And actually, in reality, he would take his own music off Spotify to someone who's kidnapped,
a sexual predator,
and black women,
children.
Are you saying that he's done songs with other men who have potentially put hands on black women?
Not potentially.
This guy is angry. He is so mad that Drake is getting buried right now. See, a lot of these people, they got their entryway into hip hop to feel like it's home as opposed to being a guest through Drake. I've discovered this. They feel like if Drake doesn't come out of this, then they possibly will lose their membership to the culture. I'm telling you.
Confirmed.
Wait a minute, convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown, but yeah, whatever that is.
Not breezy. I took a picture with Chris Brown. I took a picture with him immediately.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
We ain't protecting nobody. You gotta protect your fucking self.
Everybody gets these jokes over here.
First of all, and also, let me just say, not first of all, but also, he co-hosts with Charlemagne the Fraud, who is a rapist. Allegedly, but for real, Jessica, oh my God, what's her last name? The girl did a whole documentary. She was underage. He just, you know what he did. We've talked about that here. And yet he sits by this guy who violates black women. He's gotten better with age. Charlemagne has, it seems. And since he's married and a father, but horrible example of anybody respecting a black woman. And then this guy has his nerve to open his mouth to try to shame Kendrick for a line in one of his songs that didn't even mention him. Nobody's thinking about him. But we thinking about you now.
Oh,
we got beef.
The ancestors are stirring. The ancestors are stirring. And like M.I.A. said, it's about God. This is good versus evil, people. And the evil people are rearing their ugly heads. It takes something like a Kendrick movement to show us who is where. What side are you on? I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. But I'm gonna move on because I've already given him enough time and attention. I want to end this talking about good versus evil. Where am I ending this at? We're going to end this with DJ Yella. You know, DJ Yella of NWA. Well, apparently he went to see a pastor. I don't know if he knows this guy. He looks like a young pastor. They say a demon came out of him. We don't know if this is, well, actually, y'all, you know I need to read comments and I done forgot. We got to read some of these comments for Hitler real quick. Once again, somebody said, I disagree with my family in my house, but I don't let an outsider dare to try to do the same. That's law. Somebody said, Kendrick ain't the disrespecting black women in his music, though. He's deflecting. Somebody said this also proves they don't respect black women because they believe that our culture don't. Two things can be true, somebody said. Andrew needs to keep black women out of his mouth, especially given the way his wife looks. I digress. I don't know what his wife looks like. And Kendrick isn't a consistent ambassador for black women. As a black woman, I still appreciate Kendrick speaking on it. A real nigga got to check him and he'll get right. He's in a comfort zone, feeling comfortable. That's why he's giggling so hard. Somebody said, too much dip on his chip. Move around, Andrew. He's deflecting and has become too comfortable speaking on a community and he doesn't belong to. That's what I'm saying. And he needs to address this to black men. Let them speak for themselves. Agreed. And the one he had on that couch don't count. Somebody said, is y'all co-signing the disrespect in the comments, especially black women? I hadn't seen that. Now let's talk about a Jewish woman and all hell will break loose. Yes, Andrew is a Jewish man. So I had to make sure to wrap that up proper. All right, now let's get back to DJ Yella. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Check this out. What do you think?
Then I was joking about it. Like, man, I said something, he just manifested. I'm telling, and the way he went, and we look over, and he is, we're like, oh my goodness. So we worship the Lord. Then I go to pray for the baptism of the Spirit, anoint him. Be silent in the mighty name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus, I command you to be still right now. Come all the way up. All the way up. Wherever you are. In the name of Jesus. Come out right now. Let him go. Release him. All the way out. Right now. All the way out. Out. Get out right now. All the way out. So it's kind of like that. Kind of like that. For some you're scared. For some you're wondering what's going on. But I said the same word that I said many a times. And we begin to talk. We begin to talk. And I said, when we consecrated him,
What'd you say, Wayne? Is he doing Dragon Ball Z? That was kind of scary, wasn't it? Did you feel that when he was screaming like that? Somebody said, okay, so the article says Yella's parent experience with the demon got a mixed response from fans on social media. Somebody said, LOL, are we serious right now? And then somebody said, man, stop the shenanigans with a crying face emoji. Others were more supportive, saying, that's beautiful, Yella. I know you must have felt a change after that. That seemed real to me. I don't know, but it was, if I could feel it. Good versus evil, y'all. In an interview with Hip Hop DX, he said, I never looked to God. He said he never looked to God. I never thought about God, he said. I didn't know nothing about it. And he still came and got me when I was homeless in my darkest times at the bottom of my life and pulled me out. He said, God came and got me. He still wanted me, even though I was at the bottom. The world and the devil didn't even want me no more. When the devil's done with you, you're done. Wow. Ever since I got saved, I never looked back. I'm in church twice a week, everything. I'm a deacon now, he said, in the church, everything. I didn't make the book for money. I made it to show how good God was, adding, referring to his memoir, Straight Outta Compton, My Untold Story. That might be worth a read. He even got me, this horrible, terrible sinner. He even got me. Even he can get me. He can get anybody. I mean, he didn't make it for the money. I never was a money person. Never was, he said. Wow. So, yeah, that was pretty deep. And I guess I'm going to end it on that note. There ain't nothing else to end this thing on but that. God is good. Okay? Till next time, bye.